Good morning, my dear students.
Next, total polarization of a dielectric material is a sum of electronic, ionic and orientation polarizability. This already I have told you. Alpha is equal to alpha E plus alpha I plus alpha naught. The total polarization P is PE plus PI plus PO. So PE stands for polarization due to electronic polarizability. Pi is polarization due to ionic, and Po is polarization due to orientation of the dipoles. It is equal to, substitute for each part, N into alpha E into E is Pe, N into alpha I into E for Pi, plus Po is N into mu E square into E divided by 3 kT. That is, P is equal to N into, within brackets, alpha I plus alpha E plus mu P square divided by 2 kT into E, where mu P is the dipole moment of the protons, K is Boltzmann's constant, T is the absolute temperature, and you know the rest of the terms in the above equation. Next, after discussing dielectric parameters, next let us discuss about what are the types of polarization of the material. The application of an electric field to a dielectric medium creates or realigns the dipoles, resulting in polarization. There are four different types of polarization, namely electronic or induced polarization. Second one, ionic or atomic polarization. Third one, orientational polarization. And fourth one, space charge or interfacial polarization. Now let us understand all the types one by one. The first one is electronic or induced polarization. It is denoted by PE, subscript E. Electronic polarization is the displacement of electrons with respect to the atomic nucleus. To be more precise, the displacement under the action of external electric field of the orbits in which negatively charged electrons move around a positively charged atomic nucleus. The separation created between the charges produces a dipole moment and hence polarization. So it means once the electric field is applied, the negatively charged electrons revolving around the nucleus, they change their orientations, and even the nucleus position will be displaced, and thus the atom behaves electric polarization, that is called induced polarization. Electronic polarization occurs in all atoms or ions and can be observed in all dielectrics for any state of aggregation. So it happens in all dielectrics. Once you apply electric field, the individual atoms or molecules behave as electric dipoles and they change their orientations. They may align in the direction of the electric field applied or in the opposite direction. This phenomenon is illustrated in the figure given below. So polarization occurs in over a short interval of time of the order of 10 power minus 15 seconds. It is independent of temperature. Look at this figure. This is before applying the electric field. All these negative signs indicates electrons, and nucleus is at the center, and this is a sphere of negative charges, due to electrons. And once you apply electric field, E greater than 0 means electric field is applied. So all negative charges will move towards one side. Therefore, the sphere shape will be modified, and even the positive charge nucleus will move in the opposite direction to the other end. So this is how they exhibit dipole moment once the electric field is applied. Now let us come to the mathematical part related to this. Consider a nucleus of charge plus Ze, where Z is atomic number. So if Z is atomic number, same number of protons will be there in the nucleus. Therefore, nucleus of charge Ze surrounded by electronic cloud of charge minus Ze. Same number of electrons will be there revolving around the nucleus. Therefore, you think of a cloud of charge minus Ze distributed in a sphere of radius r as shown in the figure given below. That is 19.4. Look at the figure first. This is a nucleus. Its charge is plus Ze, and there is a cloud of negative charges. Imagine the cloud as spherical of radius r, and all these dots denotes electrons which carry negative charges, and this is a sphere of electronic charge, and r is the radius of the sphere, and nuclear charge is plus Ze. Now what happens? Let us see once the electric field is applied. So we'll go back. The charge density of the electronic charge rho is given by, you know what is charge density? Charge density is charge by volume. If it is a sphere, we define charge density as a ratio of charge by volume. So here the sphere has negative charge and the charge is minus Ze, and volume of the spherical charge is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Therefore, it becomes minus 3 by 4 into Ze by pi r cube. When an electric field E is applied, the electrons and the nucleus experience Lorentz force. You know what is Lorentz force? Charge into electric field gives a Lorentz force. Lorentz force of magnitude Ze into E will act in the opposite directions. That means the negative charges will be pulled one side while the positive charge nucleus will move in the opposite direction. Therefore, the nucleus and the electron cloud are pulled apart by a small distance x. As they are pulled apart, a Coulomb force develops between them. The atom will thus appear to carry a dipole moment. Since the sphere is displaced by an amount x, Lorentz force will be equal to Coulombian force. Look at the second figure given below. This is a previous position of the nucleus, and now the sphere is displaced from previous position to the new position. Dotted line denotes the previous position, and this thick circle denotes the present position after the field is applied. Even the nucleus which was here will be displaced to the center as shown in the figure. So x is the displacement of the positive charge. So therefore, let us calculate what is the force. The force on the negative charge is minus Ze into E. It is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Ze into charge enclosed in the sphere divided by x square. Because plus Ze is the charge of the nucleus and charge enclosed in the sphere, it is just like writing Q1 Q2 by d square. Use Coulomb force formula 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 Q2 by d square. Q1 is charge of the nucleus, that is Ze, into Q2 is charge enclosed in the sphere divided by x square. So substituting, we get 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Ze in the numerator. Substitute for charge enclosed from the previous step, minus 3 by 4 Ze divided by pi r cube into 4 by 3 pi x cube. That is the new volume of the sphere of negative charge, because charge is density into volume. So this term is density, charge density. into volume of that small sphere. Divide by x square. So next simplification step. Left hand side also you have negative sign, right hand side also you have negative sign. Leave it. ZE into E is equal to, after simplifying we get Z square E square X divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R cube. You can think of how you got this after simplification. Further, E is equal to cancel Z, small e on both sides. We get E is equal to Z Ex divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R cube. Therefore, X, the displacement of the nucleus, X is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R cube E divided by Z into E. Thus, the displacement of the electron cloud, it is proportional to the applied electric field E. That is from the above equation. X is proportional to E. Electric dipole moment is given by mu E is equal to Z E into X. ZE into X, substitute for X from the previous step and then simplify, you will get mu E is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R cube into E, which is equal to alpha E into E. So now alpha E is 4 pi epsilon naught into R cube. That term is alpha E. The induced dipole moment is thus proportional to the electric field strength E, and the proportionality factor alpha E is called electronic polarizability of the atom. Electronic because the dipole moment results from a shift of the electron cloud relative to the nucleus. Therefore, electronic probable polarizability alpha E is mu E by E, which is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into R cube. The dipole moment per unit volume is called electronic polarization. Therefore, electronic polarization PE is N into mu E, because there are N molecules per unit volume. Into each molecule has dipole moment mu E. Now substituting, we get PE is equal to N into alpha E into E, where N is number of atoms per unit volume. Comparing this expression with the macroscopic equation, P is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon R minus 1 into E for polarization, we get epsilon PE is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon R minus 1 into E is equal to N alpha E into E. Therefore, epsilon R minus 1 is N alpha E by epsilon naught, which is equal to 4 pi R cube into N. This is, after substituting, we get this. This is the relationship between the experimentally measured macroscopic quantity epsilon R and the microscopic quantity alpha E. Therefore, electronic polarizability alpha E is equal to PE divided by NE. So PE is epsilon naught into epsilon R minus 1 by N. So this is about electronic polarizability. Next one is ionic or atomic polarization. When an electric field is applied to an ionic crystal, positive ions move away from the field while the negative ions move towards the field. The polarization that develops due to mutual displacement of positive and negative ions is known as atomic or ionic polarization. Ionic polarization occurs in crystals, crystalline dielectrics such as NaCl, CaCl, KBr potassium bromide, KCl potassium chloride, even NH4Cl, etc., which have ionic crystal lattices. It consists in the displacement of positive ions of the latitude along the direction of the field and negative ions in the opposite direction. Consider a sodium chloride crystal. It consists of sodium plus ion, Na plus ions, and bound by Cl minus ions. Symbols are not clearly visible. Na plus, Cl minus. So I will give a small break now, and then I will continue after a small break. ಅದಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ